Thornton, Chartered Physiotherapist and Pilates teacher. And in this little quick video today, we're going to look at postural alignment and connecting and stabilising with our centre, otherwise known as our core. So when I think of core, for people who are hypermobile, I don't want to just think of the abdominals. Often people think I've got to strengthen my abdominals and that will make my trunk stronger. But if you've got weak ankles, weak thighs, knees that are locking out, and a pelvis that's kind of dropping into one position, then just strengthening your abdominals is not going to give you what you need to function well. So we're going to look at the connections between the feet and the pelvis. And to do that, we're going to use what I call a crutch ball, sometimes known as just a Pilates soft ball. And it's about a 7-inch one. So you want it kind of slightly deflated because we're going to put it between the inner thighs. So you might need to inflate or deflate depending on the size of your body and how it feels. So what we're going to do first of all is come into our correct postural alignment. So you want to think of the feet being hip width apart and parallel as they feel comfortable for you. And if you can, work barefooted because it will give you that feedback, that tactile feedback from having your feet on the floor, on the surface. So you want to think of the balls of your big toes, the balls of your little toes, the outside of your heels, and the inside of your heels. So you're thinking of almost 4 points of your feet pressing down firmly into the floor as if they're roots of a tree, keeping you stable and connected. And then we want to think of connecting up through the legs. Now to help us with this is where we're going to ask our overball. So you're going to take the ball and you're going to place it right up towards the groin as high as you comfortably can. So feet rooted to the floor. Already with that ball in place, you'll start to feel your thighs are working. The front, the sides and the back of the thighs. And then imagine your pelvis floating up away from your hips. So the pelvis is drawing up. And to connect through that pelvis, what you want to do is activate a little bit of your lower abdominals just above your pubic bone. A little bit of your buttocks, either side. And then imagining the pelvic floor lifting up away from the ball towards the crown of your head. As you imagine that lift, keep lengthening up through your spine. Think of a lovely long spine. And as the spine lengthens, allow the chest to open. Set the shoulder blades on the back of the ribs, collarbones broadening wide towards the tips of your shoulders, and arms releasing by your side. And then diving back into the body and lengthen up through the back of your neck and up through to the crown of your head. So you feel the crown of the head lifting high into the sky, aligning you. And as you stand there, check that your body weight is slightly forwards of your heels. So what tends to happen in people who are hypermobile is that they lock their knees back and tilt their pelvises back to give them stability when they don't have strength within their muscles. So all their body weight tends to go back into their heels. So you want to make sure that your weight is even through your body. So if you need to, think of having the weight slightly forwards of your heels as you stand. And it might feel slightly off-centre to begin with, because don't forget, if you've been in a poor alignment for quite a while, that will feel normal to you. So bringing yourself into this position will feel a little bit abnormal. But the more you do it, the more natural it will feel. So you just want to hold this position just for maybe 30 seconds or a minute, and just feeling where you are in space and feeling how that is different. And if you have a mirror to use, then I'd use a mirror because it will just give you that visual feedback, because it will allow you to see where you are in space. Because it might feel very odd to you, but when you look at it in the mirror, you'll see that actually you are aligned. So just holding and then letting go when you need to and releasing. So that's postural alignment using the crutch ball, just to give you a bit of connection through centre. Now this crutch ball you're going to use a lot as you progress through, because it will help give you that connection. And you'll probably feel now, as soon as you've taken that out, you can almost still feel that sense of connection through centre, that sense of lifting up and not collapsing down. And we really need to get that first before we progress on with anything else. So we want to think of releasing tension in the body, as we did with our breath work, and now we start to think about posture and where we are in space. Thank you for watching.